Another really tough day trading the market. Really difficult to predict or analyze what the price action is going to be. You really have to follow your discipline and make sure you have the right strategy. If you anticipating, and obviously everyone is expecting a bullish market or any pullback to be temporary, and it's a minor retracement and a upswing, upswing swing again. But obviously that wasn't the case. Look at everything just essentially sold off. IWM, just a channel down from strength to weakness. QQQ, from strength to weakness. I mean, this sell off right here essentially will stop everyone out, and if you held on to it, eventually you're gonna capitulate and eventually give it up. I mean, major loss for today if you are not careful. And this is where, knowing how to play it right, having the right discipline, having the right strategy, anything is possible. Even though it seemed almost impossible to have a swing the way they did today. I mean, we're talking about going from all the way up to all the way back down. I mean, essentially, it's just back where it was on Monday, gap up. And Amazon was just amazingly weak. The pullback was just right now it's sitting at the 5-day moving average, so it's still on a daily time frame, still looking, I would say, tentatively bullish. But like I said, anything is possible, and they can feel this gap. Obviously, price target is almost impossible to determine at this point. It's either going to be 3,300 or 3,400. Yeah, 3,300 is right here at the price target, price level, where the 38.2 on the Fibonacci is. 3,400, of course, is right here. Obviously, looking from this, it looks like it's going to gravitate to 3,300. But yeah, like I said, anything is possible. Anything is possible. It's all manipulated. It's all a scam. It's all traps. The volatility is going to be so great. You almost have to just not get, just not stay too long, or set some kind of discipline. I mean, this is obviously that you got to follow the trend, and that's what I said. Follow the trend. You're gonna get hurt if you counter trend. So when it opened up, obviously the first candle looks bullish, but then the second candle already establishing a downward trend. If you look at this trend, this is what I use to gauge the trend, is the five candle moving average on the 15-minute. And so you can see at this point the trend is starting to go down. So that's a downward trend. I mean, no matter what you look at it, that is going to be a downward trend until they establish an uptrend. And if you try to technically analyze this and play any of the reversal candle or technical level, trying to play like these reversal candle that looks like reversal candle, you're gonna get burned. This looks like a reversal candle. Obviously, you can make something, but it didn't hit VWAP. Obviously, if it hit VWAP, I would have gotten a lot of this gain. But they very commonly now, it's almost like they don't want to give it to VWAP, because they know at VWAP people are gonna get in, so they'll put it right short on it. And then look at this downswing. This downswing is so vicious. I mean, buying the puts on this would be, but no one's gonna buy the puts. No one is gonna be buying the puts. Looking at these condition right here, where at the time the puts were really, I mean, minor, just not enough volume. I mean, it did pick up, but still, comparing to the calls, look at the calls volume. I mean, you got so much volume on these calls. It's very difficult to play the puts. I mean, you got even a 3500 is 16,000, 3600 is 8,000, 3400 21,000. Compared to the puts, you essentially got 3,300 at 10,000, and that's it. So all the puts buyer, I mean, all the option buyers are obviously biased to the upside. But today, obviously, throw a monkey wrench into whatever they were planning for. I'm still thinking by Friday. There's just so many puts. I mean, option buyers on the call side, on the positive side. There's got to be a positive swing by Friday. Maybe not tomorrow, but there's just too much volume on here to. I mean, look at this. This is, yeah, it doesn't look very promising right now, of course. 15-minute candle, the 3,500 calls are essentially where it was on Friday. So all those, what is that low right here? Yeah, this is the, yeah, 3,500 calls. So that's at 9. Let's look at the 3,400 calls. This is the, yeah, 3,400 calls. This is the big one. So still above the Friday. The Friday is about 22. So right now at 26, I would say if it goes down to 22, there's probably going to be a bounce as all the option buyer from Friday, yeah, from Friday around 22, they're going to try to rescue it. So yeah, any weakness tomorrow, but again, anything is possible. I mean, you can't really guess at this time because anything is possible. You just gotta follow your discipline, follow your strategy, make sure that you are following the right trend. The trend right now is down, no way around it. Look at this all the way. I mean, no support at the 100 day. Normally the 100 day you see some support. This is literally no support. The funny thing was you got this um, initial downswing and a reversal. No, they didn't flush it out. So I was like, man, okay, they didn't flush it. So if there's not a flush, normally, a retracement back to that level would get a bounce. So that's where I was thinking. At this point right here, where is that initial? Let's see, where is it at? Right here. So here's the initial downswing, and then this candle right here obviously was a reversal candle. Right here's the low, obviously reversal candle, and of course it's a trick, a trap. Boom! Look at that, all the way down. So that's so much of a trap. This was at 3,400. Yeah, so there's a lot of, I'm telling you, there's a lot of option buyers right here at the 3,400. There's a lot of them right here anticipating this right here, playing this guy, and now they're trapped. Um, but I mean, it can get back to it. Try to get, it's not even close right now. So we'll see what's going on tomorrow. But at this point, these are all just positioning pretty much. Positioning for the big run, whether it's a run up or run down, we don't know. It's increased volatility. It's gonna increase volatility. It's gonna be a big move. It's gonna be a big move. Of course, it's gonna be above 3,400 if it gets to 3,400. Because all the option buyers for the 3,400, there's also bias to the 3,500. So if it gets to the 3,400, it's gonna run above it. Um, and of course, conversely, it's gonna run either, if it doesn't go up, it's gonna go down. It's gonna be one or the other. So right now is a downward trend. So if it does go down, obviously price target is 3,300. So you got what? Yeah, you got a pretty big swing above 3,400 or 30. I mean, right now that's a 60 point. See what it's doing in the aftermarket. Yeah, it's down in the aftermarket. Obviously, it's down. They're still trying to flush this out. So anybody who's trying to play the dip tomorrow may have some trouble. But yeah, stay with the discipline. Still, the strategy is still working. 1100 for the day. Potential traps here. Lost this one which was actually a positive, but it gave me a bad tick right when I click it. End up being a positive 200 to a negative 150. I mean, yeah, not sure how that happened, but sometimes that happened. So could have been a little bit better if I didn't lose this one and gain on that one. Probably would have been close to 2000. I mean, nothing to write home about. This is still small potato. Can't right now. The strategy of buying the calls, the 3400 call is out the window at this point. It's just too weak right now to be buying any call options. You're gonna have to wait for some kind of catalyst. And that's just the way it goes. I mean, when they ran it last time, look at how they run it. Let me get rid of the extended hours. I don't want to look at the extended hours. When they ran it up, I mean, it was a huge gap up. Huge volume, huge gap up. Let's see what the volume is looking right now. Whether I'd say the volume is relatively weak. Well, not weak, but it's nothing tremendous on this downside. So any more positioning toward the downside. Now, obviously, the volume can pick up. Um, Bad news can come, can feel the gap. And you talking about 3,300. Yeah, 3,300 probably would be the price target on the downside. Very possible. Right now, I mean, anyone who looks at this would say it is a down bias, and tomorrow, especially tomorrow, if they gap it down, will be additional down bias. But you know what? Anything is possible. They can easily reverse it, and they can easily run it on any news that may be viewed favorably. Obviously, it's all self-fulfilling. They can use any type of news to master a run up. I'm still in camp. I'm still favoring. These options are way too heavy. I mean, you got 2100, 1600. Let's see how the options look tomorrow, but there's still very much a lot of options buyer. And today, this week is the third week of October, so that's the expiration for the month, and that's why you get so much volume right now. And so they're positioning for it. I think a lot of these call options will probably end up. They're gonna try to squeeze it out, and then eventually, once all the shorts are in, they're gonna try to squeeze the shorts at some point. I just can't. I mean, but again, anything's possible. That's just a theory I have right now. That's what I'm leaning toward. Any additional weakness. But you know what? You just gotta follow your discipline. Right now, buying the calls is off the table, even though it looks potentially favorable to buy any of these calls for a upswing, but you just can't guess right now. I mean, it's just not the right thing to do. You just can't guess. Tesla is looking strong. I mean, obviously, yeah, it looks like it's breaking out. Volume is increasing, so Tesla is strong. But I mean, I'm not gonna chase Tesla at this point. I mean, if I got in, I would have gotten in here. Why am I trying to chase for something? There's so many other stocks that can perform. But that's what they do. They try to get you in and they run it. I mean, there's stocks that just like TTD that just continues to run. I mean, look at this guy. Yeah, so today is the reversal. I mean, that's not a reversal candle on the weekly, but it is a red on today. So we'll see. Let's see what the performers are right now. You got, of course, Tesla, Baidu. Yeah, look at that. I mean, that's just a scam. Everything is a scam. They just run it up on. Come on, I didn't even catch that. I mean, normally I would, yeah, but even if I catch it, it will be too late. I mean, they run this up so fast that I would be catching it at this point. I mean, I'm not gonna buy it at that level. These solar company, yeah, not much performers today. Mostly red on the the big performers. On the negatives, of course, you got Amazon, book 'em. I mean, this was, yeah, look at that. All the way back down. I mean, you can't play this one. You really can't play. You gotta wait like till it's down here before you can play. Oh, Netflix reversed. Look at that, all the way up to the top. And I do, yeah, man, that's pretty big missed opportunity. Yeah. I mean, any reversal on Netflix. I never always feel like a short candidate. Always feels like a short candidate until it reverses so quickly, so fast that you just like, man, wish I would have gotten in at any one of these weakness where it broke down. But let's look. Apple is amazingly strong today for some reason. Look at Apple. Yeah, so this is still straddling between price targets on the 50 and the 38. And Amazon, I mean, the channel going down is broken. If you can call this some type of channel, this is a down channel right here. So let's see what happens. If it gathers momentum and strength, yeah, it's still on the five. I mean, these 5-day moving average can be traps. They always feel like it's testing the 5 day is something, but they're potential traps. They just look enticing, and then you get in and then you get burned. The weekly, of course, is a reversal candle. Of course, every big tech is gonna look like a reversal candle on the weekly because of the downturn today. So you got the SPY. What's the high on the SPY? 154. So yeah, yeah, there was a trend line they were talking about on the SPY going all the way back here that hit somewhere above here. But I don't believe in those type of trend line, but they do play a factor sometimes. Zoom. So let's see what Zoom is. Yeah, yeah, it's hard to do that guy. Right now at least. You got net. This guy is running. Look at it run. All the way up, and yeah, another one, a high flyer. You'll find a handful of them. They'll run and then they'll reverse. Um yeah, Roku. Yeah, can't really say what's gonna happen. I just right now it's just so much volatility. Obviously the bias is negative now. I mean, it just feels negative after today's sell-off. Look at everything just looks negative at this point. I mean, just red, 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 red. Yeah. So if it's a negative, then you always feel like, man, I don't want to buy, but the manipulator will know what to do. They will rescue it if they want to rescue it. Or they will continue to reverse it if they want to reverse it. It doesn't matter to them. They just know that if you try to counter trend, you are going to get burned. That's what they do, is they will find people who try to counter trend, in this case, like here on the nice level on the 3400, right here. This level right here on this reversal candle, very perfect reversal candle. And then of course, whoever gets in on this reversal candle, well, now they trap, and let's see if how much pain they can hold. Obviously, maybe they didn't. I mean, there's no flush here, surprisingly. Normally they would do a flush with this. This is a huge kind of. This is, man, from this point to this point, that's a account blowing, to be honest. If you don't have the right strategy, this is account blowing. This is easily any of the option buyers who try to play today options. What's today option? Yeah, I mean that's 80 to 8. Yeah, that's I mean five puts or five calls. You're gonna be losing 30. That's 50 points almost. So uh yeah, that's a lot. 25,000, something like that. So yeah, that's a potential account blowing if you are playing the options on the wrong way, or even if you're selling. Let's just say you sell a call option. I mean a put option down here. If you sold one right here at 3,000 or two at 3,000, that's 6,000, and you cover up here at 8, that's 16,000. So that's 10,000 you would be down easily, maybe even more depending on how bad luck you are. Yeah, this is, gosh, didn't even realize it. From this candle to here, this is, oh look, they even went below this. Look at this. This, anyone who tried to get in here, boom. Yeah, stop you out. Amazing. Now this trend right here, well, I wouldn't use that trend, but this guy is too little to be establishing a trend. It's really, at this point, this guy and this guy, that's just potential traps. Who knows what's gonna happen? I mean, it could be just consolidation and it goes back up, but it also could be traps. And it feels more like traps. Because Amazon right now is retreating. I mean, it's after hours. Of course, it's gonna be down after hours. They're gonna always do that. 63. Yeah. So let's see what happened tomorrow. I mean, there's so much going on right now. Shopify. Um, and what is the news today that triggered all this? There's no news. It's just they just imitate the news on the stimulus package being delayed, and they'll use that as a catalyst, and then people say that's the reason, but that's not the reason. Or maybe that is the reason. It's hard to say. I mean, maybe that is the reason today because there's just so many option buyers that if it was manipulated on the downside, I suppose there would be more put buyers. Although if you look at the QQQ, you do see the put buyers, but they come in rather late. So here you got 53,000, 37,000, and the car buyers are not as much. You got 38. So the big one is this 53, but they come in rather late. It wasn't like they were building up on it. Yeah, I just, and then this one right here, actually they were building on it. Look at that. On the 295 puts, they were building on it at the very beginning. They were building on it, so maybe I need to start monitoring this. This might have been a good signal that something was going on. These guys right here knew it, and they were building on it. I mean, it's much higher than previous. Yeah, way much higher than previous. So they were looking a front run in bodies. I mean, 37 doesn't seem a lot compared to 53, but the value is much higher. So the overall value of these puts were higher than the 53,000. Because this is more than double that of this price right here. So yeah, this is the one I probably will be monitoring tomorrow. Right now the volume is starting to die out, but they can pick back up easily. The trend is still up. So yeah, so the bias is still down for the QQQ. I'm definitely gonna look at this tomorrow. That's all I gotta say is make sure you follow your discipline. It's gonna rescue you. If you don't follow your discipline, you will get screwed pretty badly.